I don't know. Maybe it's the element that I was drawn as one of the previous demons. That I'm like, God damn it, the demons always just fucking lose. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and we're back with another episode of Frieren, Beyond Journey's End. We come back as we normally do with notes and a board, so let's go ahead and look at that board real quick. Where we've added Zheng, Solde, Revolte, and Hibung, which I have a note about. I might as well put it here. These are all German words for inhibition, solid, young, and revolt. I know that when I saw Zheng or Young, I was thinking Carl Jung, and this was going to be a whole psychological thing. But I think it's just because they look like a young demon that they're named Young. I don't know. Anyway, I connected them together with a green line, then connected that line to the main party line with a red line. I'm experimenting with just connecting groups together in order to save line space instead of connecting individuals together with the people that they fight. I don't know if that would be a problem in this show, but it's become a problem in other shows. So I guess just give me your opinion in the comment section if you think group line dynamics is the way to go, or if I should continue just putting people together with lines. And as per a comment that I got in another reaction series, if you can't make out the board, because who the fuck would be able to, there's a link down below in the description of a image that you can resize to your heart's desire to see what's going on down here. Anyways, that is the board, so on to the actual rest of the notes other than the one that I included here in the board. I know last time I threw out there that maybe Gnu was a demon, and obviously I changed my mind about that during last episode, but I really feel like we were expressing that he's not so different from them at first glance. When it comes to specifics, clearly he's different, but on the face of it, he seems cold and almost emotionless, to the point of not understanding. A number of demons we've met in past episodes were like this. Some, not all. Of course, now that I'm having these thoughts, we meet some of the most expressive demons we've ever met so far. Revolt is a demon general, and he planned for all of this. Their attacks on the village were designed to lure out a response from first-class mages, apparently, according to Zheng, for their mana. Because remember, the question was, why aren't they eating the people? Well, apparently these devour mana. I like Young's curiosity. It indicates that understanding isn't impossible, even though I know it is only being expressed here for the purposes of being better to be better able to hunt humans. Sorry, I don't know why that thought was so hard to get out of my head. I want to know more about the other demon that studies humans, as I think that will be either one of our hints from the opening, or a surprise of someone that we thought was human and will turn out not to be. Either way, it feels like yet another lesson of not being able to trust demons. That I'm hoping for an eventual peace, just like the people who were tricked by the demons in the first season, and it will backfire on me like it did them. Even then, like the village chief who took in the demon who then ate his daughter, I believe the younger demons don't understand why we see what they do as wrong. I feel like that demon child was innocent, but seen as a monster for doing what was in its own nature. There has to be a middle ground somewhere. I know I'm probably going to be like that negotiator that gets the whole fucking human race killed, but I believe, right? I believe. Frieren is a hardcore reader. I don't think I could read a book while getting hugged like that, let alone with somebody lifting me half up off the ground. I would be too concerned about protecting like my upper body from smashing face first into the ground. Until 40 years ago, demons ruled the skies. I wonder why 40 years ago. The Demon King, sorry, I wrote the Demon Kind, that was the wrong word. The Demon King was defeated 80 years ago, right? Himmel died 30 years ago, and the party for defeating the Demon King was 50 years before that. So the demons ruled the skies for 10 years after the Demon King's fall. I suppose just another detail for us to find out about at some point. My final note here. I wonder if Vern couldn't detect the attack because of the mana-blocking fog, or if these are demons that have learned to combat the tricks that have been defeating them, like Frieren hiding her mana. Now they are starting to do the same. Well, that was the notes, that was the board, so let's go ahead and hop on in and see how the fight goes.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
And of course, we start with the opening. I wonder if... Sorry, I knew this before, but as always, I watch so many shows that I forget the specific details. Is this going to be a 14-episode run? Or is this going to be a full-on 24-episode run? Because I remember one of the shows that was coming back this season was disappointingly going to be shorter than the first season that came out. And I think that maybe I talked about this here. However, the fact is we're at episode 8. There's 2 to 3 more events in the opening credits that haven't happened yet. There's the guy crossing the bridge. There's the guy staring out over at the snow. And I think there's a third thing I don't remember. Obviously, I'm going to be trying to keep an eye on it here in the opening that I can't let you guys watch on YouTube, but is at least visible on the Patreon side of things. God, I love this opening so much. I think I'm going to do, at some point during this year, sorry, this is the part I got to pay attention to, okay, 2 things. So just 2 things. At some point during the year, a poll, like I'm doing with the character polls, of best opening song for the year. Also, I realized that I hadn't watched the extra last episode. I'm going to do it at the end of this episode. Well, I'm going with iron feathers. Haven't seen that in anime in forever. I mean, the dude can see it through a blindfold. Obviously, he's got vision. I wouldn't expect Genau to be coordinated with Stark. These two have never fought together before. Four of them at least. I mean, I was about to say he hasn't been hit yet, but he hasn't been stabbed yet like you have. Is Genau gonna sacrifice himself so that Stark can get away? Seems unlike him. Never mind, now Stark has been stabbed too. Yeah, it seems like it was. Distracting and creating an opening. Yeah, but now you're wasting time talking about it. Was this a blame yourself situation? Yeah, you killed him. That seems to be enough. What? That's young. That's gotta be young. Yeah. There's no chance in hell there was a survivor. Yeah. That was nonsense the instant it was in our attention. Well, that sucks.
ご苦労、大義だった。判断が鈍ったな。あいつが一瞬頭をよぎった。こんなところに。
See, that's what I'm saying. I was super interested in Young. Young's instantly dead.
やはり私の読みは正しかった。人には子供をかばう習性がある。
I don't know why. I actually feel bad for Young now.
人にそんな習性があったら、世界はもっと平和になっているだろうさ。私の知る限り見ず知らずのガキをかばって死んだバカは一人だけだ。
We didn't even name this guy.
少し優しすぎたのかもしれんな。いつの時代もそうだ。優しい魔法使いは長生きできん。
立派な最後でした。
You know, except for that mage that you've known for like fucking ever now.
心にもないことを言うんだな。ゲナ、お前は嫌なやつだ。優しさのかけらもない。ずっとそのままでいる。
仰せのままに。殺しを楽しむのは私の趣味ではない。今楽に。
Now, Stark is still back there somewhere, I assume.
やっぱり柄でもないことはするものじゃないな。
You know, so Stark's about to get hit by 4 blades. Okay.
驚いた。私の剣を正面から受け止められる戦士がまさかこの世に
Stronger than Aizen, remember?
まだ動けたのか。死んだふりでもしていればいいものを。
Hey, maybe stop talking and help out.
戦いってのは最後まで立っていたやつが勝つんだぜ。お前いいやつだと思っていたがただのバカだな。
Again.
だがその考えは悪くない。
Well, I thought you were gonna shoot some feathers at him.
私も付き合う。シュタルク。戦いは追い詰められるほど生き残った時の感動は大きいぞ。
そりゃ楽しみだな。震えが止まらないぜ。
Again, I feel bad for Young. I wanted more. I wanted more from that. I at least want to know the name of the demon studying humans. Because I'm sure it's going to be someone that we know.
たまには高みの見物っていうのも悪くはないかな。
Yeah, way to not help Frieren the Slayer. Yeah, but I guess kids gotta learn, right?
魔力を消して潜伏しても無駄だぞ。この霧は俺が魔法で作り上げたもの。わずかな魔力にも反応して対象を捕捉する。この世に魔力を完全に消せる生物はいないからな。
See, I like it because they're fighting their own weakness, but at the same time, it speaks to the overconfidence that demons have right before they die, typically. You certainly don't want tangles on a day like this.
無理もありません。相手はだいぶ奇抜な魔法を使う魔族のようですから。メドロジュバルト。何をよそ見している。お前の相手は私だ。分かっています。
It's weird that she says she's struggling too, and yet doesn't seem to be struggling at all. She's certainly gotten a lot cooler since the exams.
とても堅実な戦い方をする魔族です。攻防一体、基礎がとてもしっかりしている。純粋に隙がない。正面から戦ってはいけないタイプの敵ですね。フェルンさんと協力して打ち崩すのが最適解だと思いますが、この霧にはおそらく強力な魔力探知効果もあります。
Yeah, the other one would know you were coming.
このままだと潜伏というフェルンさんの強みが活かせない。ならば魔法の霧が晴れれば戦局が大きく
And ironically, you know, Frieren's outside of it.
少し暴れますか。攻撃パターンが変わった。
Oh, I thought her fingers just passed through her. Is that an illusion?
この戦い方、覚えがあるな。北部高原で魔族を飼っていた一族の戦い方に似ている。魔族を殺すために生涯を捧げるような。
Okay, well, there we go. Backstory from Mathade.
これは面白い。いい勝負ができそうだ。いざ尋常に。
I just thought she had half of her side blown off. I guess not.
早い。魔法がまるで当たらん。達人のような動きから打って変わってまるで獰猛な肉食獣のような動きだ。これほどの致命傷を負いながらも戦い続ける。
Life threatening?
人類とはかけ離れた強靭な肉体
How
と
many organs are at the ass end of his tail?
このままだと本当に削り殺されるぞ。
Cool, but I think you just lost your axe. It'd be cool if you could steal one of the swords. Okay, there we go. Remember, I used to be able to cut through a mountain. Oh, that sword's broken, yeah.
さすがにもう剣の魔力を維持するだけの集中力は残っていなかったか。
あと3本。
Like this background track, too.
なんだこの違和感は。確かに凄まじい猛攻だが、なぜか殺意が読み取れない。あら、やはり鋭いですね。ですが気がつくのが少々遅かったようです。ちょうど霧の解析が終わりました。
Not for nothing, the voice also sounds like it's far away.
戦いのための魔法しか覚えられない。私以外の一族のものであれば、この状況は打開できなかったでしょう。魔法が楽しいものだと彼らは知らないでしょう。
There we go, the Frieren sense.
エリル・フラーテ。
I don't know what she did. Seemed like she blew the mask off of her face.
無駄なこと。霧などいくらでも作り出せる。あの小娘はどこに？
She's hiding because she can now.
レモンの魔力が消えた。
I don't know. Maybe it's the element that I was drawn as one of the the previous demons that I'm like, God damn it, the demons always just fucking lose.
攻撃一体どこから
Burn from the sky. Or with the real Methode, and this one's another illusion. I don't know, they can't sweat. Which means they get nervous.
弾道予測を許さない探知範囲外からの超遠距離射撃やるねフェルンさすがだ二度とこんなきつい戦いはしたくないです
Again, I still feel the worst for Young. And I still want that information. They hadn't really made them super heavy, at least as heavy as they described before. Okay, we did not talk about stretchy times.
こうして武器を失えばもう戦えないと思い込む。私の勝ちだ。
More illusion?
思い込みか。それは人も魔族も変わらないな。お前は人間のしぶとさを知らない。
I mean, stabbed right through the centers. I don't know how you survive. I mean, it very much seems, again, right through the center, he shouldn't be able to stand. His spinal column should be destroyed. These two should be dying. I understand it's a world of magic, but...
あんたがいいやつに見えるよ。こんなになっちまった村をまだ守ろうとしている。俺にはできなかったことだ。 まだ俺を助けようとするんだな。やっぱりな。お前はいいやつだよ。
I don't know why this is messing with me. The element that... I don't know why my disbelief falls into this moment of you just got chopped through the center, you should be dead. I mean, granted, I think she has the ability to cast divine magic, so this should be in her ballpark healing.
シュタルクは
危ない状態でしたが一命を取り留めましたゲナウさんよりも治療を優先させたので
Okay, yeah.
そうか。
ご不満ですか
いや、あいつはよくやってくれたよ。
Yeah, I just don't know what to think about this. That's the nitpicker in me. I don't know why, that was really well animated. That was all just a fucking turn. But it almost felt like it was motion cap. I don't know. That's just a really good, well animated turn.
腕立てしてるもしかしてシュタルク様って
it's weird that we go through all this fight stuff, and that turn was very well animated.
このパーティーって僧侶がいないんですね。私この任務が終わったらしばらくフリーになるのですが、よかったら同行しましょうか。北部高原は僧侶の魔法がないと危険ですから。大丈夫だよ。回復魔法のような高度な魔法は無理だけど、私も僧侶の魔法なら多少は使えるし、本当にやばい状況になったら逃げるからね。
Always a chance we'll run into sign again. Why not?
それにこのパーティーの僧侶の席はまだ開けておきたいからね。いつかまた会えるかもしれないから。
There we go.
それにね、なんだかメトーデがいるとフェルンが不機嫌になるの。
Jealous.
あらあら、嫌われてしまいましたね。でも私フェルンさんのことも大好きですよ。怒っているのも可愛い。
メトーデ、ノルム騎士団が到着した。私たちも南部まで護衛に加わることになった。
わかりました。
ここでお前たちとはお別れだな。シュタルク、怪我の具合は？
バッチリ問題ないぜ。
そうか。
Again, I just have no idea what to say about this.
いずれ必ず返す。
ゲナウさん、お礼。
ありがとう。助かったよ。
こちらこそだよ。お互い長生きしようぜ。
行くぞ。
Okay, I guess Genau had more of a development arc than I thought. I kind of thought he was going to die here, and it was going to be some sort of reveal about him.
Na, 断ってよかったのか？メトーデだよ。
このパーティーの僧侶はザインでしょ。
There we go, we're loyal.
綺麗なお姉さんだぜ。合流した時ザインにいろいろ言われるんじゃないか？
別にいいんじゃない？このパーティーにはもうお姉さんはいるでしょ。
Isn't that a strike against yourself?
それもそうだな。
Good episode. As I said, though, I get some problem with the element that they both got stabbed through the chest with a hand, right? So he's got pretty big hands, so I assume it's bigger than mine. So, you know, through. And right through the middle, too, not for nothing, which, again, would sever the spine. So you wouldn't be walking, probably soiling yourself. I don't know what other autonomic functions the spine handles from the lower end. You might get fucked up breathing, but again, it also seemed high enough that it would, like, destroyed their lungs, too. Again, I know this is a world with magic, but they're the two, well, Stark is relatively the least magic person we know. The other guy wasn't doing anything to help at the moment either. So, again, I just don't know. I don't think we've encountered something like that before, where somebody takes on a eminently deadly hit and just survives the end of the episode. I guess I'm just gonna have to wait for you guys in the comment section to, you know, not point out that I'm wrong, but point out that I'm being a nitpicker and cynical and all those other things that I always am by default, and people learn to hate me for some other part of the episode. I just don't like it. I just don't like that.
勇者一行なんだ。子供の頃からの憧れだったんだ。
何が書いてあるんですか？ヒンメルの自伝。
Oh. That's not expected. I mean, why not, right? He was a bit egotistical. I could see him having memoirs. I don't know why we'd be encountering them this far north. I would anticipate that they'd be back at the capital, where he died, and spent all of his final days. Unless he pre-wrote his memoirs. That, or he wrote his memoirs after they killed the Demon King, left them on the way back, and just didn't write down his memoirs after that. the back end of his life went unwritten. I don't know what to think. Again, there's the dragon thing. I saw that in there. Someone talking about journey travel probably has to do with the opening bit with the people traveling across the bridge and the person that we see in the shot standing there watching them go. So that's probably what that's about. As I said, the most disappointing part for me here was Young dying, because Young was the excitable, inquisitive demon child, and I wanted more of that. That was the one part of that entire group that I wanted more of. Didn't give a shit about Revolt. Didn't give a shit about, I forgot what their names were again. Solid and, Hemong, something like that. But Young, I wanted to know more about why they wanted to know more, what was going on with them. And of course, the thing that Revolt said about the one demon who was studying humans, the eccentric demon. I mean, I got like tons of guesses who that could be. Because we've seen a number of characters who are just eccentric. It could be hiding their demon quality. And again, not for nothing, Young just showed us camouflage, right? They shape changed, or they put up a thing in front of them to make themselves look like something else. There could be a demon out there who's pretending to be a normal person. Hell, back in my head, what if Frieren is a demon? Like, there could be any number. Sire could be a demon. There's just anyone. Anyone could be a demon. Obviously, I didn't fall for that trick. Why would there be a kid here? Because I instantly threw up my alarms. Like, what the fuck? How would they be in the village this whole time and not see another kid? And then who is the kid in the demon group who hasn't shown up yet in any other scene? Boom, it's them. But instantly dead, one hit. God damn it. Again, I don't know if I'm so in line with demons now, of like, oh, they all can't be evil. Something else must be going on. Probably because I got drawn as one. Back when me and the artist are like, I tell the artist, I don't know anything. I don't want to get spoiled for anything. So I left it up to the artist, and the artist is like, I came across this person. How do you feel about being drawn with horns? I don't care. Draw me with horns. And this dude was in 2 episodes. To be fair, I guess it was like my rule of not being drawn as a main character. How many main characters in the show that aren't from like the old party would I have been drawn as? Like, my only shot then would have been drawn as Eisen, because he's the only one from the old party that isn't a main character now and still alive. And let's face it, I would never be Himmel the hero. I appreciate the what would Himmel do and the people inspired in real life to do heroic things because of Himmel. That's not me, unfortunately. I have enough self-reflection to look inside myself and see Himmel is a much better person than I will ever be. Eisen is a realist. I can go with Eisen. Anyway. Yeah, I guess that's my big problem. My big problem is they got stabbed through the chest with like a fist and still won somehow. I don't want Gnu and Stark to die. It's just I don't appreciate the plot armor, I guess. I don't know. I guess I'll just have to have time to sit and think about it. Or for you guys to yell at me in the comments about how I'm ruining a perfectly fine episode by focusing on that. Well, anyway, before I almost forget yet again, there is the one bonus episode that I forgot to watch last time because I just don't have it prepped like I used to before. So let's go ahead and hop on into that, and we'll wrap up for the day. Magic to ... Magic to do the laundry. Useful. That's a useful one. Is that what she asked for? It's been a year almost, right? I forgot that was a spell. She asked for that one?
お洗濯。はい。正気かお前。どんな魔法でもだぞ。
お洗濯のですと、どんな魔法がありますか?
To be fair, this fantasy world, you could get fucking rich off of this.
いいですね。私もフリーレン様も白い服を着ているので、これから黄ばみを気にしなくていい。
Yeah, sweat stains and whatnot.
他には
Also, anyone who does tobacco around you.
服がちゃんと乾く魔法。
いいですね。生乾きの心配もなくなります。
Especially in the cold.
他には
シワシワの服をまっすぐにしてきれいに畳む魔法。
ゼーリエ様、さては隠していませんか？どれも役に立ちつつも、お洗濯の本質に迫るものではありません。 ありますよね。伝説級の魔法が。
Do the laundry.
服の汚れをきれいさっぱり落とす魔法。
それにします。
Yeah, 'cause it's pick one spell.
正気かお前。他にも超がつく攻撃魔法とか。
服の汚れをきれいさっぱり落とす魔法お願いします。
なあ全然。お前が今特権で魔法をもらえるとしたら何がいい？
The hair girl?
髪の手入れが簡単にできる魔法。
Yeah, I'm saying the hair girl?
愚問だったな。
Yeah, it's like, I wonder what the hair girl was going to guess about. Okay, nothing. So I was looking at the end card there. I was like, no clue to what's going to go on for the rest of the season. Because I know at some point in these little bonus episodes, they started showing us, not like a teaser, but like the broken glass, broken mirror image that had all the characters from the exam arc before we got to the exam arc, so it was kind of like a hint. Except this one is showing the image from, I guess, before the season started, which was them flying through the cave. Actually, no. I'm thinking about that. That can't be them flying through the cave, because that was the cave full of anti-magic gems. They wouldn't be able to fly through it, unless I just didn't see it correctly in the moment that I was looking at it, and it was Stark carrying them, which is what happened. So, yeah, no, these are enjoyable, because they're what is really with these people, right? That Frieren wants everyday basic magic, because discovering new magic is always fun, and that's the most common, I guess. I think they said something about it in the first season, that everyday magic that people from, like, backwards villages will create to solve everyday problems is the best kind of magic. So Fern trying to solve everyday problems with her pick one spell makes sense. And I guess that's a bit of Frieren and group have rubbed off on sense, because it's the hair girl who wants hair magic, right? It makes total sense. Anyway, I enjoy that. I enjoy all those little peaks. Again, to me, now that I have been doing more shows like Apothecary Diaries, getting these little shorts after every episode, I love the shows that do that. It's very enjoyable. So, that said, I think that's going to be everything for now. I will, of course, come back with notes about stuff for next time. Obviously, it's going to be featuring a lot of holes being punched into chests and disappointment that a child got killed, but it is what it is. So, once again, I have been Theta, this has been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you again next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?